Hey everyone, it's Keela here, and today I'm sharing a layout and a process video for day 30 of my Scraplift a Day series. So we've only got one more day left after today. Today's Scraplift is in the top right hand corner, and I've also linked that in the description box below. Now today's lift is so beautiful, and it's very white, which I do love. I love lots of white space. I really do like that on layouts, and I really love the whole white on white thing as well. But I've decided just to add a touch more colour to my layout today. So firstly, what I'm starting with, I'm creating my layers for around and behind my photograph. I've pulled out some scraps from the Avenue collection, which we all know I'm obsessed with at the moment. And I'm just layering things up. I'm creating this fishtail banner to add behind. I'm also bringing in some vellum as well. And I'm not very good with layers. I'm not very good at adding lots and lots and lots of layers. I do try my best to keep them quite simple, but I don't mind adding a couple of kind of mats behind my photo. So that's kind of more along the lines of where I'm going with my page today. So I am using double-sided tape to stick down my vellum, but even though you can see the tape through, once my photo's on top, you won't be able to see that at all. And I've kept that to the middle as well. I've not put it around the edge just in case it poked out a little bit. And now it's just a case of sticking these layers down, and I'll have then my main, focal point of my page. Now, on the original, they had some white hearts, and this is where I've decided to add just a little bit more colour to my version of today's lift. Now, I did a page a couple of days ago where I used the cut file with the hearts, and I did have the hearts left from the cut file, so I thought rather than just throwing them away or sticking them in the scraps bin, I'd use some of them on this page today. So that cut file has actually made 2 pages, which I think is quite good. Now the photo that I'm scrapbooking today is quite an older one. I think it's from 2015, maybe early 2016. My husband doesn't have a beard on this photograph, which is always really strange seeing him without a beard. And he's holding our daughter Darcy when she was a baby. And then there's a friend of ours, one of Tom's work colleagues as well. He's holding his little boy. And we used to spend a lot of time together when the babies were little. Obviously they're now 5-6 years old, so we don't see them as much now due to school, work commitments, and also obviously the pandemic. So I do love to document photos of things like this. So I have placed my hearts on. These are the hearts that I'm going to use, which also match the pattern paper behind the photo as well. I have pulled in some doilies, one doily which has been cut in half. Now I don't buy my doilies, I cut mine on my silhouette, and the reason for this is because they're then the same white as my cardstock, which I prefer if my whites are the same. It sounds really silly, but I prefer if my whites are the same, and a doily is always a slightly different white than my cardstock. Now I'm bringing in a couple of embellishments. I don't go too embellishment heavy on this page. I've tucked a floral cluster behind the top of my photograph. And I'm going to use this Hello Friend for my title. Now on the original, the title ran the full length at the bottom of the photograph. But I felt like this was kind of the perfect title for me. I don't always think of really fancy titles. It really doesn't, I'm not very good at coming up with exciting titles, so Hello Friend is the perfect title for the story of this photograph. I do attach my hearts down with double-sided tape. Now I do regret doing this because I haven't done it yet, but I do want to run these hearts through my sewing machine. which I actually have forgotten to do before I've photographed this layout, but I will do that before it goes into my album. But I've got to be careful when using double-sided tape because it gums up my needle, where if I use my glue, which is the Tombow multi-liquid glue in the green, with the green lid, that doesn't seem to have that effect on my needle. So I may peel them back up and remove the double-sided tape and use glue. I'm not sure yet. I have added some word stickers on the on a couple of the hearts, and now I'm bringing in some sequins in gold. And once they're stuck down, I'm going to finish off with some gold splatters using my Jen Hadfield Gold Glitter Mist. I have covered my photograph to do this because I don't want to add gold splatters all over my photo. I don't go too heavy with the splatters, just a couple going up to the from the bottom to the top of the page. Now here are my close-ups for today's page. Like I said, I have forgotten to do my stitching before I took the photographs, but I will do that before it goes into my album. Please do check out Xochitl and Rebecca's layouts for today, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 31, the last day of the month. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.